Welcome to Life Planning 101, brought to you by Smart Money Group and Kennedy Financial Services in Eastland, Texas. Tune in every week as we share important information to help you and your family live life on purpose. Insurance, investments, legacy and tax planning, and much more. All covered now on Life Planning 101.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Sam Barker here with Aaron Kennedy on Friday. Crazy week in the markets. I mean, there's
Friday the 13th.
There's a lot.
Has to be, right?
Yeah. I wonder if Netanyahu kind of thought about that. Oh, Friday the 13th would be a good day to kick off the next World War.
I'm sure that was really top of his list.
I figured he weighed it pretty heavily.
Yeah, just lots has happened this week, and I think the market's pretty muted at what's going on. I don't really think the market should have reacted, but it has done a lot more for a lot less here in the recent past. I think the news came out, the market reacted pretty sharply, and then by midday today, it was pretty much muted like it was a nothing burger. And honestly, nothing should really happen unless they shut down the trading. They can shut down that waterway that goes right outside of Iran, and they've threatened that in the past, and that could cause some economic damage. But other than that, this has been brewing since, the 90s? Over 30 years. There's been threats going back and forth that somebody was going to put an end to that, and it just happened. It just took 30 years to get it done.
Yeah. Well, and it needed to happen. Maybe they didn't go about it the way everybody would like, but Iran having a nuclear weapon would be pretty dangerous to the West way of life. So.
Yes, it would. And they've threatened the use of it, so, I mean, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Not worth it. It's a better world without them having those kinds of nuclear capabilities. So, you're probably going to see a lot of stuff in the news, and it's probably going to sound really scary. But unless a lot more people get involved, this should account to nothing. This should just be an everyday what happens out in the Middle East. Unfortunately, glad I don't live out there. What else is going on? We have the rioting starting back. Lots of peaceful rioting or peaceful protest happening.
Yeah.
That part is actually kind of shocking how that started back up.
It's finally warm enough to get outside again and do it.
Yeah, it's nice. Let's get out. Let's get out and burn some cars and throw some bricks.
Yeah.
I did see some reports on different NGOs and who was funding these peaceful protests, and some of them were even being largely funded by the U.S. government. So that is not good in my eyes.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But, overall, the market has done a whole lot of nothing. Last 5 days, we've seen a bunch of leadership change. As of right now, energy is the top contributor. I was looking out over the last 5 days, I think energy as a whole is up about 6%, followed closely by technology. And everything after that is just pretty normal, really, really normal. I don't see anything out there that's shocking. Consumer discretionary is down quite a bit. I think that's one of the bottom performers. But again, what's real versus what we're being told. There was a whole conversation about how everybody's pre-spending now before the tariffs hit. Tariffs are going through, and economics is happening the same way that it did last time. So exactly opposite of what we were told was going to happen. One of the big things in the news, I saw that the second biggest thing on balance sheets, national balance sheets, is gold. It's overtaken the euro, so the U.S. dollar is number one, then gold, then the euro, then everything else. So that's a big change. We haven't seen this kind of investment by central government since, was it the 60s? So big change in how the rest of the world sees safety for their own assets. But I keep getting asked the question, is this going to keep going on forever? Is gold going to keep going up? And I think that's exactly what it boils down to, is how long are these central government's going to continue to put gold on their balance sheet. And as long as they do it,
And print their own currency.
Yeah, yeah. Buy and print. Buy and print.
Yeah.
But other than that, it is a boring week.
Yeah. Well, and something that kind of surprised me, they came out and said that the China tariff deal had been done, but the markets didn't very much, react to that one. And I thought that was going to be one of the biggest reactions that we could have seen.
Yeah. Who knows what would have happened, but I just the way I felt the China one was going to be the biggest pain point. Not that we didn't need to do it, but we get a lot of stuff from China. And a lot of it, I'm not even talking rare earth or that kind of stuff, the little knickknacks and things that we don't want to create here. Those are all bought from China. And if that would stop, then how do we continue to build the stuff we need? So, yeah, it was strange that the market said, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was already seemed to all be priced in, but
yeah. Maybe it is priced in, and we're just the only ones not in the know.
Yeah.
And when I say the only ones, I'm just talking about the American people.
Well, and it was pretty interesting that the market hadn't priced in. You had that real big blip in the market when the Iran and Israel conflict started. But I think Trump pretty well tipped his hat every day this week, starting on Tuesday, that something was going to happen soon. So, I mean, they didn't very well price that in very much. But
no. That is kind of funny, and I don't know, whatever you read, he did know, he did not know, he said he knew, but there was a lot of news on that.
Yeah, and it was an 8-month operation. They've been planning for 8 months, that precedes Trump. So I know that one thing that first thing Henry said to me when he came in this morning was, "Did you get gas?" "I got gas this morning." "Did you get gas?" And I was like, "Well, no, I haven't yet, but I'll probably go do that now." I think oil is up, $10 a barrel or 10%?
Yeah, it jumped into the 70s. So we're definitely going to like it out here in West Texas. It's going to pick up quite a bit, but not going to be fun paying our AC bills as the Texas heat starts to kick in, and you're right. Not going to be near as fun filling up our vehicles.
Yeah.
But it's a push and pull. That's a major industry, and it employs a lot of people. So there will be money made, probably greater than the extra expense it takes for us to fill up our vehicles.
Yep. Yeah. Well, is there anything we need to be looking forward to, kind of crystal ball time, or
No.
pretty simple this week?
Pretty simple this week. We're in the summer months, and usually this is pretty boring. Usually we don't want everybody's at the Hamptons, or that used to be the old mantra. Trading would slow down. Not a lot is happening, and we do have some summers with some big price moves, but for the most part, not a lot happens. Everybody's spending time with their family, and it's just boring. So
I know that it was a volatile few weeks, and we're not quite back to all-time highs, but
we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting
in a
close.
hurry. So this all feels good. This kind of feels normal. I kind of like the year, the way it's shaping up. Not as much fun if we'd be up 10 or 15%, but we are way overvalued in the market. So, man, if we can just stay positive and let our companies grow into their valuation, we're going to be in an awesome place. So let's keep being boring, and
hopefully some of the smaller companies grows up and starts taking more of the allocation of those broad indices.
Yes, we need that to happen. That's not a good feeling of having so few companies at the very top of all these big indices. So we can hope.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time this afternoon, Aaron. That's going to be another episode of Black and White Market Minute on Life Planning 101.
Thank you for joining us for Life Planning 101, brought to you by Smart Money Group and Kennedy Financial Services. If you have questions, you can email them to lifeplanning@kennedy-financial.com. Be sure to tune in next week for more Life Planning 101. The opinions expressed herein are those of the firm and are subject to change without notice. The opinions referenced are as of the date of publication and are subject to change due to changes in the market or economic conditions and may not necessarily come to pass. Any opinions, projections, or forward-looking statements expressed herein are solely those of the author, may differ from the views or opinions expressed by other areas of the firm, and are only for general informational purposes as of the date indicated. Securities offered through Calton and Associates Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Smart Money Group LLC. Kennedy Financial Services and Smart Money Group LLC are separate entities and are not owned or controlled by Calton and Associates Incorporated.